So Donald Trump is out here dodging bullets, like he's 50 Cent, like he's Tupac. Who else? 50 Cent and Tupac. So now you got Donald Trump. He's on the list now. And I'm not saying it's funny or anything. I'm not making fun of it. I feel like his life is precious just like anyone else's. And for people to praise, you got some people out there who are praising what happened to him, which I think is very immature. We should respect life, whether we agree or disagree with their views on, especially when it comes to politics, because at the end of the day, politics is politics, in my personal opinion. It's crazy that it was a 20-year-old who committed this crime, committed that act. Most 20-year-olds from my generation, I'm a millennial, so most 20-year-olds in my generation politics wasn't really a big thing like that. We paid attention to it. We paid attention to what was going on, the latest trends, but it wasn't so serious to the point where at 20 years old, we would pick up a gun or pick up a rifle and try to assassinate the president. You feel me? So that's crazy to me. I guess this generation is a lot different. 20 years old, is that Gen Z? Is that Gen Z or is that Gen Alpha? I'm thinking that's Gen Z. That's pretty young. I don't know what was going on in his head, so they're gonna have to look at his social media, look at his look at his internet activity, because I'm pretty sure his internet activity online fed a lot of his behavior. What was going on in his mind. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Another thing is people are talking about Joe Biden, how he should step down because he's old. And there might be some truth to that, but I don't think it's going to happen. Because in my personal opinion, I feel like Barack Obama is sort of persuading Joe Biden to stay in office. I believe Barack Obama is still in Washington, D.C. for a reason. He still resides in Washington, D.C. And I think that in a way he's kind of using Joe Biden as a puppet to do his bidding covertly. That's just my personal opinion. To me, I thought it was a little bit unusual for a president to stay in the city. They said it's because of his daughters going to school there, and I understand that, but I don't know. It's still just a little bit unusual. You could have got a residence in Virginia or Maryland and still been able to have your daughters go to school here, but they're done school now. So, and last time I checked, he's still residing in Washington, D.C. I could be wrong, but I think he's still residing there, and I think he's going to be there for a long time. I don't think I think he's trying to keep some influence in the political realm, in the political world, within the city of Washington, D.C., in my personal opinion. He has a lot of influence over Kamala Harris as well. So if Kamala Harris becomes president, I think Barack Obama is going to have some influence and some say-so over, well, not say-so, but a lot of influence in her decision-making. I think he has a lot of influence over Joe Biden's decision-making as we speak. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I guess that's all I would just want to talk about, really. I didn't want to get too deep into it. The Simpsons as well. I forgot to mention that. Some people feel like, is The Simpsons predicting Donald Trump's assassination? I mean, they have predicted some things before, so I can't say 100% yes or 100% no, but they do have a history, a reputation of predicting things, or maybe not. Some people say not predicting, but planning, right? They're showing us their plans of what they're planning to do. And let me tell you something, right? I want to mention one thing, right? Some people who say that The Simpsons, that the whole prediction thing is fake. I'm gonna tell you why I think that it's actually real. I'm gonna tell you why. The United States of America is one of the most powerful nations in the world, right? And I'm gonna tell you, there's one thing that you have to practice, like in order to become powerful, not just as a nation, but even as an individual. In order to become powerful, have a lot of power in this world, is you have to plan ahead. You have to think 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 years from now of what you're going to do. Right now, the United States government is already thinking about what they're going to do in the next 50 to 100 years, maybe even 200 years. So, they already have a plan of what they're going to do in case inflation gets out of control, if there's another Great Depression, if the economy crashes and whatnot. They have everything, they think of everything. If there's an invasion, if China, if Russia decides to invade the United States, they got a plan in place. If there's a natural disaster that causes a widespread destruction across the country, they have a plan for that. In order to be a powerful nation, you have to think ahead. You got to think way ahead. I'm talking about hundreds of years in some terms. Some of the things that they've done in the 1900s, they were thinking about back in the 1800s, 1700s. A lot of things that they're doing now in 2024, they were planning since back in the 1960s, 70s, 80s. They were thinking ahead. Some of the technology that we have, the smartphones and stuff that you have, this device that you're watching me on, they've been planning this. In some cases, they might have been planning it before the release of the first television. Hold on a second. When they first released, when they came out with the television and movies and TVs first came out, most likely they already knew ahead of time that they were going to eventually come out with a device, a handheld device, where you can watch TV or watch a movie from your hand like this. You can talk on a phone with your hand like this. They release technology to us slowly. So that's all I just want to say. That's just something I just want to mention. But I don't want to make this video too long. I'll talk to y'all next time, and these are my thoughts and opinions.